Well, good evening. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for coming through to this turmeric meeting. This is a turmeric specific session. We are already in Eswatini, just having arrived. And welcome to the Meswat as well. We're hoping to meet our team, but it couldn't be. However, we are here for other projects in this country. Thank you to everybody for really coming through and making time for this particular meeting. My name is Kukuletu Kaba, your host of Amandla Omnotho, and I'm glad that you are all here. So I'll just be referring to the notes that I wrote to all of you yesterday in terms of where we're at and what we intend to do regarding this particular session today. I'm not sure whether Sabelo is here. Sabelo, have you joined? I know Magumbe has just joined. Thank you. Welcome.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, thank you so much, Shobade. Those are the people that want to be here, especially to help take notes and make sure that everything else that we do here is well captured. This is for the sake of those that would have missed the meeting today so that they can be in a position to understand what is happening. I have, as mentioned, said that we are going to have this session, and we do welcome other members of Amandla Omnotho who may just be joining us to listen. This session today is specifically for the people who have attended the master classes. So we therefore do not expect questions like, how do I join? We'll explain that right at the end, just in case there are those that may want to join going forward. Like we said, ladies and gentlemen, that these master classes do not just come as master classes where you get taught how to farm effectively the turmeric, but they are coming together with a package of number one, markets, and number two, mentorship and continuous engagement, because this is, for many people, a new industry. And therefore, we want to make sure that every one of us are kept abreast of developments, and we all know what needs to be done in as far as turmeric program is concerned. And I've outlined the purpose of this session. Number one being the letters of intent session. I've been receiving lots of questions and requests regarding that. And the problem is, as I've said before, whilst you try to address this and say to people, all of you bring your details, others, they come a bit late and it just becomes a mix masala. And you've got to sit down, do the letters, and there's one person coming in, drips and drives. Morning, we send all of you those letters of intent, because I know how important those letters are for some who may just want to go and do the applications. We tried to a week. Sorry about that. We had a little bit of a lapse in terms of the network. So essentially what I want to do today to achieve is to get you guys everything and every little bit of the letter of intent. That's number one. Number two, we want to make sure that people who have not received certificates, they do get those certificates. I am therefore going to be asking my sister there, Usabelo, to make sure that all of that is done. Sabelo, take note of that. And please, if you want to drop on the email. Sabelo is ready. I was with her in Durban yesterday. She's ready to take note and write the emails of the letters of intent requirements from some of you. And two, the certificates, especially for the Gauteng people who trained in Gauteng and who trained with Mampegi. Don't worry, your list is there. You don't have to raise the issue about your certificates. They were actually done, but I was not happy with the quality. I needed to re-look at them. Hence my meeting with Sabelo yesterday. So for the Gauteng last group, as well as KwaZulu-Natal, Team Nomamupegi, do not worry about your certificates. They will be coming. So you don't have to say that you don't have them yet, because none of you have received those certificates. But what is important is to look into per province and going to be ordering seeds. I have mentioned that on this program, we are going to have all of you order seeds. The seeds are $7 per kg. And if you look, you need per hectare, you are talking 1 ton. I did mention to you as well that you must budget about 150,000 per hectare. But today I want us to be specific based on our very weak rand, which is as a result of the America's situation currently. If you are talking $7 in terms of conversion to the rand or to emalangeni, because emalangeni, the Swatini currency, is pegged to South African rand, we are talking 19 rand 30 cents as an example. That is $7 multiplied by 19 rand 30 cents, and then you multiply that by 1,000. We are talking 135,000 rand, 100 rand. So that is the amount that you should budget for a hectare. So which means if you divide by 2 doing half a hectare, we are talking 67,550. That's far better than 75,000. But if you want to do half a hectare, we are talking a quarter of a hectare, we are talking 33,775. If you are doing a quarter of a quarter, you are talking 16,887. If you are talking a quarter of a hectare, we are talking 8,400. Why am I going around and about this? It's because we have requested that we carry no dead wood on this particular program and all other programs subsequent, where we are trying to force economic development to all the people so that it aligns and augurs with our strategy that we said we're doing 3 things. Implementation, number 1. Number 2, implementation. And number 3, implementation. We are doing less talk and more action. And that is exactly what I don't care. I said you may even do 1 meter by 10 meters and buy seeds for 1,000 rand. We want everyone to buy seeds and practice real economic development. Even if you buy seeds for 100 rand, it's fine, which is essentially 100 rand divided by 19 is just $5. It is okay. But we cannot have people who are just part of this and they are not doing turmeric, because our motto is we are practicing this and we want you to farm. So this is not by any means to try and force you to buy turmeric with the money you don't have. You've got 100 rand or 100 in Malange. Yes. Minently.
Yeah, sorry to disturb you, Chairperson. I lost you at the party a price per quarter, and my network was giving me problems. Can you just repeat that part for me, please?
A price of a quarter, remember, it's 135,000 divided by 2. Price of half a hectare is 67,000 thereabout. And then divided by 2, price of the quarter, it is 33,000. It's about 34,000, right? So you can do your own math, right? So that's what it is, Dos. I'm sure you got it.
Got it, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Right. So that is what we are trying to do, colleagues. We are trying to push for this because it's important for you to practice this, see it happen, see it work, fail forward, make mistakes. But I hope you're not going to make mistakes based on what already you've been taught. So having said that, we want to please ask you, we're going to send a spreadsheet this week. The name, the surname, and your number, and you just fill the spreadsheet and send it through. We'll try and capture everything and consolidate. Don't worry, fill all your details. We're going to try and adhere to Poppy Act here, but we guess everybody who's here understands that we are doing the same program. So we'll have to put that disclaimer because I know we live in that world where we've got to protect people's information as to how many hectares you are doing yourself. But we want to have a system. My people are going to help me here to develop some form of a system which we're going to bring in all the information so that we don't have to disclose to everybody that you are doing 1 hectare or 0.05 hectares. But we're going to send you something tomorrow or this week early so that you can fill up and tell us, I want to do 1 hectare, I want to do 10 hectares, I am envisaging us overall. We've trained close to 200 farmers. I'm envisaging overall all of us doing at least 50 tons as a minimum, right? So if we can reach that level where we're doing 50 tons, that will be my satisfaction because that will show we are now playing a bit of a significant role in this. There's a lot of compliance-related stuff behind. The seeds that you must get must be certified for us to even start saying, yes, we're working towards the same goal, especially for international market. But on this note, I want to hand over to Mr. All of these things and anything else that you may still have as questions so that we can from here move along, make sure that we prepare ourselves before the 1st of August. Remember, for those that have not started doing preparation, it is still within the time frame because the 1st of next month is May, June, July. You still have full 3 months to have done your proper preparation where you put in everything that you've been taught. So on that note, before I come back to finalize, I'm going to hand over to Mr. Magumbe just to take us through any of the outstanding issues and his state of readiness. Is he ready with at least 50 tons of seeds that you're going to need? We're going to deal with issues of logistics where we'll receive all these seeds and then send it through. There will be obviously a bit of a transportation fees that you must pay because you must carry this into your farm. Over to you, Mr. Magumbe. Unmute Mr. Magumbe. I see you are here.
Sure.
And then
yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm just taking over from what Mr. Gugulete says. Hello? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, my brother. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Can hear you.
Yes. Yeah. I'm just taking over from what you have said. What you have said is very correct. Yeah, in terms of the price, in terms of everything, I'm just repeating what you've just said. In terms of the price, $7 US, our seed is certified, and this is the time now to order the seed. And a lot of people are ordering, and this coming season, there might be a shortage of seeds, so people are going to do that a little bit early. In terms of logistics, whatever, I think Gugulet will be helping me because he knows you all, and he knows my place as well. So most of the things you do it through Mr. Guguletu, and then we can do the logistics of sending wherever, whether in South Africa, in Swaziland, Mr. Guguletu will help me. But that's not an issue in terms of logistics. You pay, but the transportation and everything, the transportation, it will be your responsibility. We will give you a letter to say that our seeds, where we purchased them, they were certified. So the letter is there to support you so that when you start the preparation and the planting, if you engage the EcoSet or you can engage the Global Gap people, it will be easier to take you through. Yes, because some of you are going to plant and engage the people that will be certifying. There are people who are trained, who will be certifying you so that when you get when you are certified, when you grow, what it simply means, it means that you are not able to export your turmeric. Yes, we've got a local market in South Africa, but in order for us to export your crop, we need to be certified by either Global Gap or EcoSet. They're in South Africa or they're in Swaziland. Yes. I think if you've got any other questions, you can ask me. I told you about the variety that we are growing. It's called the Lacadum variety. It's not a GMO. It's not a hybrid. It's 100% organic. Yes. So we are not dealing with GMO. We are not dealing with genetically modified. We are not dealing with anything. What we'll be growing is 100% organic. We don't want any herbicide or any chemical. I think that I'm just repeating what we said last time. So if you've got any question about logistics of the seed, please, it's the right time now you should ask. Yeah. If anyone has got any question,
so much,
I think
Mr. Magumbe.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Magumbe. I'm not going to open my video because I'm trying to preserve the network where I am. I think let us then engage on questions and any point of clarity that you need to know from Mr. Magumbe regarding all of these things. I'm sure you've heard certified seeds they are. We'll deal with logistics. We are going to have a spreadsheet where all of you are going to be enlisted so that we know who is buying how many.
Yes.
Sort of hectares of the turmeric seeds, right?
Just to add on,
I maybe open this opportunity for anybody that may have.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mr. Magumbe. Go ahead. Yeah.
I think for confidence sake, what you said, Gogo, is exactly what I'm repeating. Because in terms of logistics, you'll be handling logistics, but seed have got to be paid in full, and they're going to be delivered to the respective areas. And in terms of the price, it's okay. Our seed is 100% organic. And they've said earlier on that you might have resources to come and see what we are doing. You're welcome. You can always visit us in Zimbabwe. We can welcome you, take you from the airport. We can show you all our farms and what we are doing. It's 100% organic. We don't want any GMO, any herb or any chemicals. We'll be preparing our own organic manure at the farms. And there's a method of doing, and I've showed you how to do it. So I think on this platform, what you people should now start working on is ordering the seed through Mr. Guguletu and putting everything in writing, making all the necessary arrangements. The seed is available, it's here. We are ready to supply it. We are reputable people. We are known in the Zimbabwean government, in the South African government. I'm known, we are reputable people. So, but right now, what I can tell the people right now is that do your booking, buy your seeds now, because this year a lot of people will be growing turmeric. There might be a shortage of seed, but we will try our level best to supply you all. So
Okay,
if there's
thank you so
anybody
much,
with a
Mr.
question,
Magumbe.
yes, okay.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna moderate that, Mr. Magumbe. Thank you so very much.
Okay,
I
thank you.
want to say this regarding the visit. We're going to arrange, because there are people who have gone there on their own. You're most welcome to do that. But regarding the visit, for those that would like to come rather jointly, I'm arranging that, Mr. Magumbe, next month. I know you and I have got a punishing schedule. We need to go to Nigeria together. But
yes,
next
sure.
month,
Yes.
next month, we are going to spend 2 days. We'll be taking if you want to drive. I'm not unfortunately going to drive. It takes so many hours. But for those that want to fly, we'll be taking 2 days to visit Magumbe next month. I'm going to come up with a date, agree with him, so that you can see the processing of turmeric. He has got a factory, so that you can see maybe where turmeric is planted as well. So we're going to arrange for that. Let's go to questions. I'm going to start with Moshompegi and come to Kitim Tabela. Just unmute, please, and then speak.
Thank you, guys. I just need to come in with information sharing. I don't know if you can expand more, because I see that you have said that right now the seed is like $7 a kg. Now that we are in the planning stage, are you also able to share more information in terms of, from our masterclass, we learned that we need 3 buckets per square meter and 2 buckets of chicken manure and the grass and so forth. Is there any information in terms, because I've been trying to do the calculations and the figures that I've got, I'm doubting them. Are you able to share with us in terms of, say, per hectare, how many tonnage of cow dung do I need per hectare? How many buckets of these chicken manure per hectare? Something like that. And then also, sorry.
Go ahead, Mshompegi.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. And also, to the people that are on the group, are we able to also share where we can buy these bulk manure from, so that it's also easier, and then we can share on the group? I think that's all I have.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Mr. Magumbe.
Yeah, I think I've explained that earlier on, that if you let's say I was working on a square meter, 1 meter by 1 meter, then I said, first of all, you've got to put your grass to the brim, then you have to compress it now. Then I said, you can actually use 3 buckets of cow manure. If you don't have adequate chicken manure, you can increase your buckets to be 4 buckets on a square meter. You have to put them on the 20-liter bucket. Then you have to spread them evenly. I explained and I demonstrated for those who came for the training. Then I said, okay, now with the chicken manure, you can actually put 2 buckets or 3 buckets, depending if they are wet or dried. If they are dried, you can just put probably 2 buckets. I was demonstrating and explaining, because when you are, that's why I said this is called a hands-on training. Yes, because if you use a 20-liter bucket, if it's wet manure and dried manure, the capacity is different. Because if it's dried, it's more. If it's wet, it's less. Because what will be adding more on the weight is the water. You see now, because when the water is out,
Mr. Magumbe, allow me to moderate this, because I don't want you to start afresh. Otherwise, we are going through masterclass.
I think
this is just a refresher to say, on a hectare, how many straws do you need? How many straws do you need on a hectare? In other words, how many tons of straws do you need on a hectare? How many tons of cow manure do you need on a hectare? How many tons of chicken manure? Maybe let's just only highlight that one.
Okay, we need between 20, 25, it can be 20, 25 or 30, depending on the state of manure.
Yeah, Mr. Magumbe,
if they are dry, yes. Can you hear me now?
You can hear now. Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, let's say averagely you need 25 tons of manure on average. Then when it comes to chicken manure, you need about 10 tons, between 10 tons or 15 tons, depending on the state of manure, if they're dried or they're wet. If they're wet, it's going to be more. If they are dried, it can be less, 10. Then obviously, I've spoken of the cow manure, chicken manure, and the grass. The grass have got to fill the 30 centimeters depth. You've got to fill it to the brim and then you compress it. I've explained that. So the grass you might require about probably 10 or 15 tons. Yes, if it's green, obviously the weight can increase. But if it's dried, you see the volume is still the same. So you need a between that approximately. Because we cannot give you
okay,
an
thank you so much,
answer
sir.
because yes.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Okay. I hope I've answered your question very well.
I think it depends which province are you at, my brother. If you are in Limpopo, please talk to our Limpopians over there. Again, depending how much scattered are you. If you are in KZN, talk to the KZN Natalians there, and same as in Gauteng, so that you can share information in terms of where can you source the inputs. I think it's a very important one from Peggy. If you can help each other, there are groups that are specific for provinces, and there's a bigger group as well that you can always. There was another question. I can't remember who raised their hand. Was it Precious? Okay, Mr. Is it Lebohang who raised the hand, right?
No, I was going to ask
Mr.
the same
Mashinini.
question.
Yes, it was sorry,
Same question,
President.
right?
It was Kitty who had.
So let's start with you, Kitty. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead,
Thank
Kitty.
you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Magumbe, for this follow-up session. I just wanted to check in terms of those who attended the session outside of Amandla Omnotho at Mampeki's farm. Can we participate in this central purchasing activity? Thank you.
Definitely, yes. Without Mr. Magumbe coming, definitely, Sis Kitty, you can, yes. Okay, so Mr. Mashinini.
Leader, thank you for the engagement, and Mr. Magumbe for everything you've parted us with a gift or something that will go on from generation to generation. Thank you for that. Without wasting time, Leader, I just want to come in there with this particular thing, because within the 3 months period that we are having now, and acquiring the seeds and the capital fund, it will all depend on the hectare and the monetary value of how deep is your pocket. If we don't have money like us, how do you make an arrangement? Because what I'm driving you to, I want to give maybe your staff as a suggestion, an extra mile. I know it's an extra duty, but I think it makes sense to me to say, Leader, let's start maybe a repayment term which can give us a turnaround time of the time when we're busy preparing the soil. We have a payment condition that will have within the 3 months. By the time the 3rd month is finished, we will check, because the strengths are not the same. Meaning, let's say upete mhlambe lawo ma 10, nama 5, nama 2,000, and what are that we are paying towards the lady account. Now, when the 3 months is finished, let's say you've paid about 50,000, that would be worth of your seed. That's how far you've gone. Then you will make a calculation on what you prepared, and you'll start maybe on what you can supersede. So what I'm just suggesting ukuthi mhlambe mesingenza just siyindlale phansi ukuthi masingayiqala kanjalo, because if you can say I will have 75,000 in my account in 3 months, otherwise, you know what, you don't know what Donald Trump was saying, because things are fluctuating, things are out of place and everything. It will sabotage the actual vision that we're trying to pursue. Thank you.
Okay, so sorry to get you, Mr. Mashinini, just to understand your question.
I'm just saying, leader, if I'm clear or I was not clear maybe the first time. I'm saying if kungaba ne repayment condition or term that we say within these 3 months, we'll make an arrangement to say this is the money that we've got, and then that money will be paid towards maybe the lady account, for example. That would be monitored by staff sakho sokuthi umashini seke bhadale imali engaka kulo 3 months, imali yakhe accumulated, it has amounted to 50,000. So that's the amount of seed that would be on the anniversary ye 3 months mayiphela angayithola. Unlike saying ngizikhohlise ngithi mina I will be having 75,000 in the next 3 months. That one, yazin, it's only a hoax or a hopeful thinking yokuthi ungayenza le nto. So we want to make an arrangement with you to say, meet us maybe halfway to say, nathi kube nentshiseko or something that would commit to say, I've got an obligation that I need to fulfill. That is, mangle ngibhadala ngiyazi ukuthi iseed yami izohamba izifikele kuphi ngoba if we only start ups now, unlike next year mase harvestile, we've got monies, we are good, but ngoba sisaqala mhlawumbe njengoba usho 100 rand is enough, and then you can start gradually growing from that particular amount. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, leader. You are very clear. Thank you so much. I think that's very clear. The spreadsheet that we're going to share, or rather, yeah, the spreadsheet that we're going to share, where we would have consolidated wonke umuntu ofuna ukuthenga ama-seeds. So you will talk to the team in the office ukuthi when you want to do for 10 hectare, or sorry, 1 hectare or half a hectare or a quarter of a hectare, this is how much you can pay until, as long as you tell us, well, eventually you want to reach to a half a hectare, but you're starting with a quarter. That should be fine. That shouldn't be a problem. So your contribution is accepted, leader. Thank you. Ngizoya kuma-chatbox, but let's look at others who may have questions, and let's go to Arnold and come to Mamuleti. I see your mic is on, Mamuleti. Let's start with Arnold.
Yes, thank you very much, Nkosi. My question to Mr. Magumbe, I just want to find out, if we are talking about half a hectare, are we talking about a full hectare where it is going to be used in square meters, half, or we are talking about just a hectare that will be planted the usual way, costing this 135,000 rands?
Arnold, this is just the hectare, as you've been told. This is half a hectare, nothing else, nothing more. You look at the hectare, the size of the football field, you cut that into half. You do it exactly as you've been taught in terms of 1 meter and by whatever the length will be. So take that hectare, cut it into half, do what you've been taught on it, and that is half a hectare, my brother.
Okay, thank you very much, Nkosi.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's look at, I see the other hand, Gabe, Tumisa, Gabe.
Yes, thank you, sir. I wanted to ask, is the 135 only for seeds, or does it include the manure as well? If not, where best can we purchase the manure? Thank you.
Gabela, this is only for seeds, not the manure. The manure, thola umlongo lapho, angazi yini umlongo lapho Eastern Cape.
Ubulongwe. Ubulongwe, it never changes.
Thola ubulongwe lapho Eastern Cape class. Uthole ubulongwe beyinkomo, uthole ubulongwe beyinkukhu, right?
Okay.
Isibayeni noma eplant thola ubulongo lapho mhlekazi ibona ke lobo, and that's it. And then you guys can always talk among yourselves about how you need to help each other there. That's why we trained you in provinces, so that this is a worker community and help one another.
Thank you so much.
Enkosi kakhulu mhlekazi, right? And then Lebohang, I see your thing is up. Before I go to Mamlet.
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Asilwe Mamleti, Eswatini.
Thank you. Siyabonga kakhulu Babe Gugulethu Xaba. On the issue of e-compliance, I heard Dr. Marange talking about global gap certification. I'm a bit worried about the global gap certification because it won't take about 3 months to qualify. It's a bit longer because people they are in the internal auditors and also the external auditors that have to come into your farm to ensure that you meet all the requirements for global gap certification. Now, in Swaziland, we have what is called local gap. I wonder whether that should be acceptable, but also that one, it also takes quite some time for you to be able to be certified. Now I'm asking, let's say for us in Swaziland, I think the first thing we'd have to do is to export to South Africa. Would we be required to produce the global gap certification, or we can use the local gap certification on the issue of compliance before we even think about exporting to Europe?
Okay. Thank you so much, Maleti. Mr. Magumbe.
The letter will accompany the seeds, no problem at all. So now when you've got that paper, it's easier for you to transfer this to another country because they will be certified organic seeds grown organically. Yes. There's what you call the EcoSet and the Global Gap Certificate. They've got different times. The EcoSet is much quicker. In South Africa, they use sometimes they use EcoSet or Global Gap. Global Gap, it takes between 3 months. I've used Global Gap before. Yes, it takes 3 months. So this crop takes about 8 months. So if it takes 8 months, if the Global Gap takes 3 months, so you've got all the time that you need. Because 8 months, the maturity, and Global Gap takes 3 months. So I think I've answered you the question. Logically, yes. Are you clear?
Okay, I think, thank you very much on that issue. Then we'd have to find out from our local standards authority how far we can, how we can meet the compliance section of this project. I think they will take us through, and then we'll come back to you and update you on what SWASA is saying on our side concerning the global gap. Thank you.
Because global gap is global gap, whether in Swaziland, whether in Zambia, whether in South Africa, it's those they are linked. It's one body. Yeah, you can't use global gap. It's just they use the same formula, same standards. They do their audit. So turmeric takes 8 months, and then the global gap takes 3 months. So the time is there. You're not in a hurry. The moment you start to engage them, they come and do the audits. I know the price for a hectare. The price for a hectare, it costs about $1,500. That's a full amount for them to come and do the audits and everything else. That's the money that they require. In Zimbabwe, I don't know about Swaziland. Swaziland might be cheaper. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. We are going to definitely engage on that. Let me talk to Kamisa more before going back to Mhlomphe.
Okay, with the issue of global gap, do we need it now or we are going to go under you? Like my assumption is I'm going to get the seeds from you. With the money that you have said that we are going to pay, it comes with the seeds and some form of certification. And after 8 months, I'm assuming that there's going to be an undertaking from you guys. So do I still need to get my global gap certification, or I'm going to go under your wing in that regard?
Yeah, can I answer that question? Hello, can you hear me?
Go ahead, Magumbe. Yeah.
Yeah, you see, there are two things. if you want to export our turmeric to countries like Germany or Europe, you need the global gap certification. We can have, the orders are there, but there's no way you can export. So there's no way you can be under our wing, even when others are registered, you're not registered. There is no way we're going to be taking a seed and include them in that order and export them, because they do what they call special audit, and we need to maintain our reputable name. Secondly, what you can do is when you grow your turmeric from Swaziland, there are some companies in South Africa that are going to be buying your turmeric, of which we have got an offtake agreement with them. Yes, which is not a problem, because one, you have the organic certified seed that have grown, so that company will be obviously going to buy your seed to South Africa. That's regional trade, you see. So when you're starting, you're still starting, you've got financial handicap. So with the time next season, when you're growing now, you have money to do what? The certification. So this is like what you call gradual growth. That's why I've been saying you can start small, or you can start whatever level you can start, depending with your resources. Have I answered that question correctly?
Okay, so in essence, I don't have to worry about global gap if I want to grow gradually, like you're saying. So I can forget about global gap for now, relying on you in terms of your undertaking. Buying the seed from you.
No, you don't. What I would encourage you, in Swaziland, find out.
No, I'm in South Africa.
What?
I am in South Africa, Gauteng. Yeah, in Gauteng.
No, if in Gauteng, you can say how many. If you identify yourself as farmers with water, a big piece of land, you can put your resources together and say, guys, let's do 3-4 hectares, but let's share the certificate for global gap. You see, it becomes cheaper that way. Or the EcoSet, it becomes far much cheaper. Yes. Yeah. You need teamwork. Or people can do it individually. If you can't, the others can. It's still okay. Next time you can be. You can get the global gap or EcoSet. Because you don't have to forget about the EcoSet or global gap. Of course, in the SADC region, we don't require the EcoSet or global gap. But you see, there's a lot of high demand for turmeric overseas. So our turmeric, we want to grow it for what? It's an export business for us to generate what? Foreign currency. Yes, and also just for the trade purposes, you guys have been given, the tariffs have been pushed high. In Zimbabwe, us have been maintained to 18%. So it's now very economic for Zimbabweans to export things now to the United States. It used to be an advantage to export things to United States via South Africa because of AGOA, but things have slightly turned other way around. But what I'm saying to you is, if you've got the EcoSet, if you've got the global gap, automatically you can export your turmeric overseas, because you want to rest assure you of the market. Because right now, even if you Google, for example, today, yesterday, I was just looking, there is a company in France. It needs about 40,000 tons of turmeric, but you have to have the EcoSet or the global gap. They can give us the orders like tomorrow. They say, can you supply? They want to see the EcoSet. They want to see the global gap, of which we don't have. But now, if you don't have, when you start small, what you are going to do, we are going to sell it in South Africa, but obviously the prices, they differ. Export prices and local prices, the prices, they differ. Have I answered that correctly?
Yeah.
No, I think I'm certified. Thank you.
Okay, you know what I'm going to do next as part of our empowerment session, Mr. Magumbe. I've been trying to look for information. There's somebody who sent me please, I think that somebody is here. I'm not sure whether it's Sia. Sia, if you are here, there's somebody who sent me the list of how the whole certification happens. So I'm going to make sure that the next class, virtually, because we've been touching on this as we're doing the master class, we get deeper into just the compliance issues so that you are all on the same page.
Yes,
so
yes,
that is my undertaking, right? That I'm going to do going forward. Somebody would send me something, please resend that. I receive hundreds of WhatsApp and I can't remember who sent me that. And please do resend that. I appreciate it. I would like to share that with everybody. So
thank you, Gugu. Thank you,
go
Gugu.
ahead.
Just next time when we have our training, we can just invite those people of that board that in South Africa to come to our training session.
Yes.
Then they can elaborate on that side. Yeah.
Yes.
And those are the guys
Fantastic.
that will be doing certification. We can include them as well.
We'll make it very.
Yes,
Thank you.
I've got the numbers for those guys. Yes.
As part of your thing. Yes. Thank you so much. I'll do that. Okay, sure. And colleagues, I know there's some football playing at 6 o'clock or thereabout. We'll take 10, 15 minutes to finalize. Shamisa, I see your hand is still up.
Hi, Gugu. Do you hear me now?
Yes, can hear, yes.
Yeah, I don't want to take you back. I've joined late and I have an issue with a letter of intent. I just wanted to check if you will share the recording. I will listen to that.
Yeah, I will definitely share the recording, Sissy. Yes, I'll do.
Okay, no, so
okay. Let's check if there's anything on the on the thing, the chat box. Sorry, network bed. We'll share the recording. How many seats? Yeah, I think we've answered that. Ms. Magumbe, my question is, today my request is, if possible, can we have a separate meeting with other team members per province, especially with the issue of manure? Maybe we can assist each other, please, because you are in the Gauteng. Actually, when Anami, we owe each other time, because I still need us to put up that turmeric ginger and thingy association. And Limahang, regarding a cow chicken manure in large quantity study, yeah, we have actually answered that. Mashinini, thanks for the suggestion. Payment terms, yeah, I think answered that daily. Will the spreadsheet be sent via WhatsApp, email? WhatsApp will do. Thank you for the session. Questions? Who is a direct liaison contact for Hectare? I think the Gauteng team have got the WhatsApp group. With regards to the update, I think Mr. Makadla, you are here, if I'm not mistaken, and Noma Umazondila. With regards to the compliance regulatory, can you please repeat the certification bodies? I think we have answered that. The EcoSet Global Gap. Is there a requirement for inspection of land before preparation process, soil condition, water to be used? I think we have actually answered some of these questions during our masterclass training sessions. Inspections are done once. Whether you attended the masterclass or you're one of the persons who didn't. Continuous auditing process, how will this run? So I will ask Magumbe to reiterate that, but I think these questions, I'm not sure whether Zenzi, will you just confirm, have you attended the masterclass?
Yeah, the network is just low.
Everyone, can you please repeat the prices? KG, multiply $7, and we will have this session on our YouTube. You can always listen there. It's very clear. That's about 134,000 rand per hectare, right? Divided by 2, then you'll get that as we tried to explain. Thank you for the last point. Can I please be included? Yes, you will be included. Sabelo, take care of Kitim Tabela on that one. I know Mampeki has got a team, and if you know you belong to Mampeki, our team to be trained under Mampeki. So it's Kitty, I think that you are part of our team, work together, respect the lines of those that belong to Mampeki's team. So if you were trained as part of our members under Mampeki's farm, that by all means, we're going to make sure that we work with you. I think if there's any other questions, Arnold, do you have a question?
Yes, because I'm somewhat confused about the the global gap certification that we've just talked about here. I just want to be assured here that, let's say it's April, harvest is to be done. Where do we take our harvest to? Do we take it to Mr. Magumbe, or we'll have to have our own global gap certification? Thank you.
Mr. Magumbe?
Yes, I think one, you're going to get a lot of intent. Obviously, we've got an off-take agreement, and then right now I'm in Zimbabwe. We'll guide you where the turmeric will be going. It means a company in South Africa will be getting your turmeric, then we'll take it to where we have got an agreement with an off-take. So you're covered on that one. The market side, you're covered. 200%, you're covered on that. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And let me elaborate on that one. There is a global deficit of turmeric globally. Right now, I was talking to some guys in Pakistan and in India. They are also looking for turmeric to import, but their prices are on the low side. But if it's India, you can just imagine by 1.4, 1.5 billion people, if they're saying they want to, and their price on the low. But even if our price even go as far as even $2 or $3, you can still make a lot of money, especially if you do an early preparation and produce about 40 tons per hectare. 40 tons by 350,000. I'm just working on the worst scenario side, 150,000 US dollars for 8 months. How many people are making that, convert that into rands? So now, this is India. India are very serious importers now. They're looking for quality, good turmeric, of which they are targeting us as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very important. But remember again, when you purchase these seeds from Mr. Magumbe, it's just once and once off. You can always propagate your seeds and replant because they're organic seeds. Remember that so that you understand how we function here. Right. Okay.
That is why all you people need to tie you down so that we must be your off-takers in supply for a number of years.
Perfect. Perfect.
Are we together?
Yeah, let's get the question by Mr. Mbata. Shandu. Okay. Mr. Mbata is not unmuting. Yeah. Go ahead.
Umbuzo wami nje, technically, because I've been purchasing the chicken manure, and into engiyibonayo ukuthi ugcwele sawdust, is that going to be a problem? Ngiyabonga.
You said you have what, chicken manure and sawdust?
Yeah, chicken manure, angithi uyazi, whereby they keep these chickens, obviously they ground it with the sawdust, so that this manure...
No, it's okay. Chicken manure and sawdust, it's okay, my brother, because you must understand the sawdust is grass on its own. Chicken manure, those are the droppings together. And you must remember that we'll be combining our grass and chicken manure. It's okay. No problem. It's okay. There's no problem.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shandu. Okay. Any other question or comment or input? So good evening. All may I kindly be added on the Gauteng WhatsApp group. Please Gauteng us at Nomkos. Okay. Okay. So your last one, your parting shot, Mr. Magumbe, as we close.
Yes, what I can say, for all the information that might require, I think Google has attended all the trainings. He can share with you. I can see that I'm a very good teacher. I can see he's a very good person in comprehending what I've taught him. What I've said is exactly what Google has said. So we are working together with Google. If you need anything, please talk to Google from that side. I hope everybody is listening.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Mr. Magumbe.
Okay.
Yes, truly appreciate you, sir. You are a very good teacher indeed. And thank you to everybody. Please go to our Amandla Omnotho YouTube page. Just like, please, our page so that we can get more numbers viewing. And this chat and this session will be uploaded there. We truly appreciate you for those that have come and today. And please be on the lookout because we want to continue education on this particular crop called turmeric and other medicinal herbs. Remember, we had bricks for those that were attending our brick session. We had a beautiful, beautiful session. We've got leads there, and there's more announcements which are going to be coming, both in terms of our trips to Zimbabwe next month, as well as our other initiatives in as far as Amandla Omnotho platform is concerned, etc., etc. So, thank you. Good week ahead. Good evening.